Today we're diving into coffee, specifically what's happening in Korea. And it's pretty interesting.
It really is. The market seems to be, splitting quite dramatically. You've got these ultra-cheap coffee places popping up everywhere, like for your quick morning fix.
Right, the grab-and-go spots.
Exactly. And then on the complete other end, there's this surge in really high-end premium coffee experiences. Think weekend treat, you know?
Ah, okay. So it's like weekday necessity versus weekend indulgence.
Pretty much. Our sources are saying it's less about just coffee and more about the mood, the reason you're there, the whole purpose.
And that's causing problems for
the coffee shops stuck in the middle, the mid-priced ones, they're kind of getting squeezed out.
Interesting. Let's talk about the fancy end first then, the premium stuff.
Okay, so get this. A big department store operator, they're actually bringing in this premium Moroccan coffee brand.
Moroccan coffee.
Yeah, and they're opening a second branch, not just anywhere, but way up on an upper floor in their main flagship store. It's positioned as a real destination.
So not just a quick coffee counter.
No, it's like a boutique. They've got specialty beans, drip bags, fancy accessories, plus a small cafe space.
And I heard something about special desserts.
That's right. Locally tailored desserts you can only get at that specific location. It's all part of the experience.
And who are they aiming for with this?
It seems like they're really targeting the younger crowd, Gen Z, millennials maybe, who are drawn to that whole experiential coffee culture thing. They want more than just caffeine.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's not just local companies jumping on this premium train, right?
Nope. There's a Canadian premium chain that's also making big moves in Korea.
Oh, yeah. How are they expanding?
Well, they started with their own stores, company operated, but now they're shifting gears, moving to a franchise model so they can grow faster.
Scaling up quickly then.
Exactly. They're already in key city spots, and everything about them, the store design, the menu screams luxury, they're planning a lot more stores.
Okay, so the high end is booming. What about the other end you mentioned? The affordable coffee.
Oh, that side is absolutely exploding too, maybe even more visibly.
Really? How so?
Just aggressive expansion from the low-cost brands. We're talking franchise chains hitting like thousands of locations. It's huge.
Wow. What's fueling that? Just price?
Price is definitely a massive factor, especially with, inflation and economic worries. People are watching their wallets.
So that daily coffee becomes an easy place to save a bit.
Precisely. And these budget brands are seeing it in their numbers.
How are they doing financially?
Really well, actually. Reports show big jumps in revenue and profit year over year. It just shows how strong that demand for affordable options really is, especially for cost-conscious consumers.
Okay, so you've got the super budget end thriving and the super premium end thriving.
Right.
Which brings us back to the middle.
Yeah, the mid-price brands. And that's where things get tricky.
Why is that?
Well, how do you stand out? The market's becoming so defined by either absolute value or a very distinct premium experience. It's hard to carve out a space between those.
So they lack a clear selling point.
Kind of. One expert we looked at basically said consumption is sharply segmented now. It's either super functional and cheap or it's deliberately luxurious. There's not much appetite for just average.
So those mid-range places are losing ground, facing a bit of an identity crisis, maybe.
Exactly that. They're struggling to compete when the goalposts are set so far apart at either end. What's their unique draw right now? It's tough to say.
So the big picture takeaway here is this really divided Korean coffee landscape.
Totally. You've got the budget end doing great, the luxury end doing great.
And the middle ground kind of getting lost in the shuffle.
That sums it up perfectly.
Okay, so for everyone listening, think about this. Your coffee choice in Korea might actually say a lot more than you think. It reflects these broader market trends, but maybe also your own priorities in that specific moment. Is it just fuel or is it an experience?
Yeah, and that leads to a really interesting question for you to ponder. Where do your own coffee habits fall on this spectrum? Are you usually going for budget, premium, or somewhere in between? And maybe more importantly, why? What does that choice say about what you're looking for in that coffee break?